And we are live. Good morning, Crypto Warriors, and welcome back to the Gemini of Crypto, episode 706. Today's top story is nearly two-thirds of U.S. adults are crypto curious, says a survey. U.S. House passes bill to require financial regulators to set up digital assets working group. Early Tesla investor Baillie Gifford invests $100 million in blockchain.com. And last but not least, Cream Finance launches $1.5 million bug bounty to improve DeFi security. But first and foremost, Bitcoin Zay, what's going on with those prices?
Oh, yeah. So looking at our prices for today, Bitcoin at $55,651, mostly unchanged, down 0.5%. Ethereum at $2,388 is up 9% this morning. Binance at $584, up 11%. XRP at 137 is up 5.5%. Dogecoin at 31 cents is down 17.8% in 24 hours. A lot of people got smacked in the face with that one. Cardano at 125 is up 3.6%. Polkadot at 34.42 is up 1.28%. Bcash at 947 is up 1.5%. And last but not least, Litecoin at 264 is up 3.4%. So we did see a few coins bounce back. We saw Dogecoin get slapped down, and we've seen Bitcoin going sideways. So for those of you who are diversifying into different altcoins, a lot of times taking some profit is not a bad thing.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess for those who like to look at charts and trend everything that goes on, it's the second time it's happened now, but it's official on Coin Days. Like with most news in the crypto space, is actually a dump day. So make sure you're considerate of that in the future when we have different whatever days. Because what was the other day? It was another day that happened recently where the same dump happened. But for now on Doge Day, 420, moving forward next year, remember to buy up until then and get ready to sell on the day of, because that is when it usually dumps. So nice little learning lesson for everyone jumping in on the Doge train now. Some quick shout outs. What's going on? Whistle Tone, Daniel Perez, William Justice, BK keeps on taking Bix, Carmelo, Brooklyn in the house, Carlton Brown, Miriam, Scott, morning. Appreciate that. Chiek, I think I said that right. Chiek Sissy, what's going on? Antonio, Shannon Allen, Kadeem, Wendy Nichols, Slamp Alamo, Somo Vid, P, For Sure Entertainment, said, finally caught a live show. Welcome to the live stream. Crypto Culture, what's going on? I'm not sure what that means. Crypto Culture said, wow, I can see your yes. What's
in your eyes?
My eyes?
Yeah, I guess, I don't know. I guess because yesterday.
Kenzie, I don't know what you're talking about. who had Kenzie chat this morning? I don't know what's going on. Let's see. Shannon Allen said, I was trying to help a friend. He is locked out of 60K of Doge. Woo! Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, man.
What's going on? Timothy Grigsby, Alec G is hilarious. Spank them likes. That is right. Spank them likes and shares this morning. Jiu-Jitsu Crypto Blues Lover, Erica K. Cornelius, Elijah from Hercules, California. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. All right. As we already said, top story of the day, nearly two-thirds of U.S. adults are crypto curious, says a survey. That's right. The profile of crypto investors is rapidly shifting, with over half of the crypto curious made up of women, according to a survey by Gemini. What is going on with this new survey here?
Oh, man. So a new survey by crypto exchange Gemini shared that according to the 3,000 U.S. adults who were actually surveyed, the average crypto investor who already has some digital assets is a 38-year-old male with an annual income of $111,000. That's your average quote-unquote crypto investor. The findings suggested that the profile of the typical crypto investor is poised for a rapid change, though, because those labeled crypto curious, meaning those who don't hold crypto but are interested in it, are roughly 53% women, and 25% of them are older women nearing retirement. Interestingly, there are far more women in the UK than in the US who said they already have or had cryptocurrency. So based on this survey, it seems as though there's a large amount of people who are crypto curious. They want to get into crypto. It seems like over half of them are women, especially in the UK. And we've seen this just with talking with people like, hey, the demographics of the crypto market are not where they should be. But for people that are curious, it's going to be totally different demographics than what we see now. So for most people, they need to realize that this survey, along with the Coinbase survey, where they saw that it was like 75% of people were curious who are under the age of 30. you got to understand these younger people are understanding that there is no other option, and crypto is going to be a part of their life anyway. So definitely a good survey here to see statistically.
And it's crazy to see. It says only 23% of U.S. adults said they had no interest in crypto at all. Again, I want to know who these adults are. That's like, so it went from 1,000 to 60,000 in a few years. You have no interest, like at all?
None?
Like, why not? I would love to hear their thoughts. But a couple of things. First, I will say the average crypto investor, I think that's about right. I mean, yeah, it was a 38-year-old male, about 111,000. That's pretty consistent of what you actually see at the conferences, which is crazy. It's like guys, late 30s, early 40s, mid 30s, early 30s for guys like us. But yeah, usually that the low six-figure range. And yeah, I mean, they're making splashes in crypto. So it's crazy to see that that actually is quite consistent, but also something you can take from this article, people. Two things. First, of course, these are bullish sentiments. More people are getting involved in crypto. That is a good thing. The market isn't going to disappear overnight, right? The second thing, for those actually looking to expand in the crypto space, we're talking about different businesses, whether you have law firms, you're going to do YouTubes. This microphone is not like stale. Whatever it is you're doing in crypto, these demographics are a good way to gauge where your customers or your market might be at. So if you're opening a new crypto business today, if you were to open one today at this moment, it might be a good idea for you to market toward guys in their late 30s, early to mid 40s, right? If you're marketing or you're planning some crypto business that's supposed to do something next 2 or 3 years, maybe you're going to say, hey, I'm marketing to women over the age of 35 to 65 or 70 or something. But these surveys allow you as business owners and people in business to kind of see what direction crypto is going towards. So I do appreciate these surveys because this is some good news stuff as far as what happens if there's another health crisis that affects a certain demographic of the population. You can say, well, we know that's also going to affect the crypto prices because this demographic is definitely represented in the community. So cool survey to see. And as you all can tell, it is definitely a slow news day, which is why we're covering this. Scott Butchell said, I'm a 38-year-old just entering. There we go. Hey, listen, I'm early, almost mid 30s. I'm in the same boat. We all in here.
Oh yeah, I was saying most of the conferences are a bunch of 38 to 40-year-old dudes who don't like their families or their wife. They come to conferences to get away.
To be fair, that's why everyone goes to every conference in every industry.
Just to get away, bro.
Family problems this week too, huh, Bob? Yeah, you know it, man. I'm out here.
Kids won't shut up.
Let's see. Sila said, are people here into crypto gems? You should have a look into a couple of projects that just started and potential 1,000 times gems just for 20 years. So I get what you're saying. Of course, one of the more popular ones, since it is a slow news day, we'll drop this gem today. Oh, and because this nice tip from Alpha Robbins, thanks for the news that you pushed to us. The reason BNBs is up the last couple of days because of Safe Moon. Sounds like another BitConnect scheme. The only reason I'm mentioning the word out loud is because you tipped this Alpha Robbins. You all take what you will with that message. If you know, you know. That's all I'm going to say. If you know, you know.
Moon, baby.
You already know about that Bitcoin, Zay?
Oh, yeah. And somebody, I saw somebody else talking about Safe Moon. They were talking about, I'm going to buy everything with the name Moon in it just because it'll probably pump.
That's actually a good point.
Yeah, except he bought the wrong one. The one Moon coin that went down 86%. So again, it's an irrational market, people. Like, actually, that is a good idea. I mean, usually it's so irrational, you come up with things like that. Like, oh, let me just buy stuff with the same thing in the name. And it usually will work out for you, but it actually got dumped 86%. So, yeah.
One thing I will say about this market too, I looked at the total market in a fundamental way, and I had to come to this analysis. It's going to sound slightly mean, but it will be true. And that's the market actually is not irrational. Buying Doge and buying other projects that some people say, hey, this makes no sense, has no use case, and you can print as many of these as you want. Buying into projects like BitConnect, buying into projects like OneCoin. And of course, for those who are new, BitConnect and OneCoin were known scams in the space, and they still scammed more people and made it to the top 5 as we spoke the other day. But the thing with all this, and the reason why it does make so much sense, is because it's a couple things you got to remember. For one, all these cryptocurrencies are global. Whole world gets to get involved in them, right? When you look at the entire world and the education of the entire planet, it is very low. Even the United States, I think like half of our population has like maybe a high school degree or less. So it's not just like the rest of the world in the US is so smart. No, 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 no. By and large, the entire planet isn't that smart, people. It is what it is. That's why there aren't that many millionaires walking around. There aren't that many people doing well and doing other. Like the larger part of the global population is illiterate and they're unbanked. But at the same time, we're asking them to become literate and to own their own banks. Like that is a very difficult task to do. So when you're asking people where the majority are illiterate and unbanked and don't know about these principles to invest their money for the first time, you will get people going crazy on projects that make no sense. So I came to that realization the other day, and I say that because it's actually changing my trading patterns moving forward. When it does come to some of these far-fetched things that make no sense, no, they make perfect sense. Because all you have to do is get a large part of the population that didn't graduate 10th grade to believe in it, and they will buy in it. And I think that is actually easier to do to get those people to buy into these projects than it is to educate them as far as why these projects make no sense. So with that being said, yeah, all this is making more sense when you look at it from that point of view.
You look at when people ask you like,
bro, they're going to buy it. It makes sense.
What's crypto about? Number go up. That's basically all they need to know. Number goes up.
Right. Numbers going up. So I say all that to say that. Now back to the gym comment again. I would say was it BB right now? BB does the gyms. If you're talking any gyms, I think that would be the project that go up. Of course, for those who are on BB, those are not NFTs. I want to make that clear. There has been this beef going on whether those are NFTs or not. To me, they're not NFTs as more as they're just like third party trading cards or whatever. But I do know they use gems as well. They got a drop coming tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. I know that as well. The Ultraman drop. People have been getting crazy return of interest on those, buying trading cards for $80, selling them back for $3,000 or $4,000. But they use a gem system with that. So right now, their gems are only used in apps, but I do think long term they will try to tokenize that gem or do something with it where it's worth more money. So I'm with you. Gems are on the horizon.
Oh yeah.
And last but not least, want to give a quick shout out real quick to Hardick Diamond. I hope I pronounced that right. Hardick reached out to me on IG yesterday. I gave him a hard time because I thought he was trolling me. And then I realized he never actually saw our daily show already. So I was like, oh, well, check out the daily show first. So welcome to the first live stream and daily show, Hardick. He may have some, he or she, I'm not sure, may have some questions in the comments. So Warriors, make sure you take care of them. All right. U.S. House is in the news again as the U.S. House passes bill to require financial regulators to set up digital assets working group. I would tell you all this back in 2016, Bitcoin Zay and I got into one of our little conversations where he was like, hey, the name needs to be digital assets group. And I was like, digital assets? I don't even know what that is. Bitcoin and blockchain, just throw it in the name. He was like, bro, this digital assets, it covers everything. And my, was he right? 5 years later, the U.S. House is trying to hijack the name too. What is going on, and what is going on with this digital assets working group?
Oh man, so the U.S. House of Representatives have passed several pieces of bipartisan legislation, including a section on digital assets. It's known as the Eliminate Barriers to Innovation Act. So fucking corny. The bill was first introduced by Representatives Patrick McHenry and Stephen Lynch in March. The legislation seeks to set up a digital asset working group with representatives from the SEC and the CFTC. Thanks, guys. More of the same. The purpose of the group is to ensure collaboration between regulators and the private sector in order to foster innovation. This is what I don't get about them trying to partner with innovators is we don't need your partnership to innovate.
We just need to innovate.
We just need to innovate. What are you talking about? Like, this is like a ref saying, okay, well, I'm going to make up rules as I go and I'm going to call the game. Like, no, you can't make it up as you go and call the game and call the fouls. And then insert your own people on other sides of the team. Like, no. It says here, this is what it says. The overarching goal of the legislation seeks to clarify when the SEC has jurisdiction over digital assets. The nerve to think that you, as a human being, regulating in the current financial system, can just come up with a time when something's deemed a security, and then CFTC can say something's a commodity just because they say it. And then I don't exactly see how this helps innovation. In fact, this stifles it. So yeah, the U.S. House of Reps, this is their thing. Them trying to do well, I mean, even the road to hell is paved with good intentions, because they keep trying to say this is for you, this is to help you out. But every time I look up, it seems like you just want more power. So it doesn't make much sense to me. But the U.S. House of Representatives, they're gonna do what they do. That's their job.
Well, the problem is we don't hold them accountable. They talk about the stuff they want to do with the private sector. This is the difference between the government and the private sector. In the private sector, you jack up, you're fired. That quick is over. There is no part two. There is no, well, maybe next time. No. So for one, there is no way to equate government and private sector, period. Like, stop it. I've been in both now, and I can tell you for a fact it is a huge difference. Secondly, as you just mentioned, I want to the comment you just said in the article, the overarching goal of the legislation seeks to clarify when the SEC has jurisdiction over digital assets. So if you're trying to figure, if the U.S. House just passed a bill and wants financial regulators to set up a digital assets working group to answer these questions, why are you already enforcing fake laws if you don't even have the authority to do it? This makes no sense. They're saying right here, this is the U.S. House, and them saying, this is them over there is saying, this is used so the SEC can clarify, or excuse me, it seeks to clarify when the SEC has jurisdiction. So we don't even know when they have jurisdiction yet they've been exercising jurisdiction.
Exactly.
The U.S. House itself, we don't even know when they have jurisdiction, and they're exercising it. People, and even crazier, the SEC chair, if you remember, is the CFTC chair. He just literally left the CFTC and went over the SEC. So not only don't they even have jurisdiction, neither one of them, because right now, as this bill is being put out, is to figure out who has jurisdiction and in what ways, but they've been operating with impunity, going after all these ICOs from 2017, saying they're STOs. They're going after all these different companies, and they don't even have jurisdiction to do it yet. Like, gang. Someone they asked in the comments yesterday, they said, I don't get this gang thing. What is it about? It's showing you the parallels to an actual gang and what the United States does, which eerily reminds us all of what gangs actually do. And that just tells you what they're going to do, and you have no recourse to stop it. That's what's happening here. It's crazy to see. And last but not least, they also called this again the Eliminate Barriers to Innovation Act of 2021. People, they've been talking about, this bill was first introduced by Reps Patrick McHenry and Stephen Lynch in March, but they've actually been talking about these innovation acts for the last couple of years. But by and large, you're trying to have a bill go across the desk to eliminate innovation, when that process of itself, the process of you debating this bill, the process of it going through the House, the process of this bill is killing innovation in of itself. Like, just there is no bill, there is no task force, there are no regulators. It's already existing, it's already working. People are already self-regulating. So again, this makes no sense. There's our guy right there.
There's your jurisdiction right there.
Hey, you got to retweet. Did you tweet that already?
Yeah, I already tweeted that. Mr. Burns, you already know that's jurisdiction right there.
That is hilarious. That's about to get so many retweets right there. People, this is what we're talking about. It makes, like, they're trying to feed you all this information, but it doesn't make sense. We're going to make a bill to say eliminate barriers to innovation, even though we've been stifling innovations since it got started. Like, what? It's crazy. You gotta love it. Hey, you gotta love gangs, people. This is what you gotta love about them. Like, they just come out and say the craziest things to your face and try to make it make sense, even though it doesn't make any sense at all. It's crazy. Let's see what some of these commenters are saying. Jason Brown said, I told so many people to buy Nexo token at 10 cents. Wonder how many people listen. Oh, y'all in here shilling coins. We made it. All right. What's going on? Kevin Cummings said, gang. They do it on the fly. You already know it. They said, James Jetson said, get down or lay down. You know how it goes, people. It's crazy. It's crazy. Crypto Culture said that Mike don't like me. Listen, it doesn't. This pop filter has been dropping lately. All right. Early Tesla investors in the news. Baillie Gifford invests $100 million in blockchain.com. That is right. They saw what happened to Coinbase. They was like, wait, you did what with 300,000? Oh, well, hey, you can take the whole 100 million. It looks like big tech investor Baillie Gifford has backed the largest single investment in major crypto wallet service, blockchain.com. That's right. Baillie Gifford, a 110-year-old asset manager firm known for its early bets on firms like Tesla, has invested $100 million in major crypto wallet service, blockchain.com. I mean, I guess my biggest question is, like, does blockchain need more money? What are they doing with more money? Like,
Hey.
what they've been rolling already? What's going on with blockchain and this donation here?
Yeah, they're trying to get that IPO money. But yeah, it looks as though the co-founder and CEO Peter Smith announced Wednesday that Baillie Gifford's contribution to his $300 million funding round in March has become the largest single investment in the company so far, stating that their participation in the round marked one of their first investments in a crypto company. I'm sure it won't be the last. Currently, they have $445 billion in assets under management. So this really wasn't a lot of money for Baillie Gifford. And you got to understand, there's more like it. There's more companies like BlackRock, 7 trillion asset. They have billions and billions, trillions of dollars of assets under management, and they're putting 100 million, 200 million into these companies. So very, very small for them, but very big for crypto companies. And they gained a lot early by gaining the 28 billion by betting early on Tesla and Alibaba and pharmaceutical company Moderna, which, as you know, is pushing out vaccines now. So they eating pretty good. They really only invest in things that I think they know are guaranteed money. Bitcoin, blockchain.com, guaranteed money at this point. I'm pretty sure they're going to IPO at some point. They have their own exchange. And of course, they already have raised $300 million. I'm sure $1 billion valuations are just around the corner, and the blockchain.com IPO is coming right after it, because right. I can guarantee you Coinbase's IPO was too successful. Too many people made money for people to ignore it. So yeah, looks like Baillie Gifford is getting in on the party as well.
There it is. There it is. All right. Let's see. I saw some good comments. Sergeant Crypto said we better chill out with this Mr. Burns before he send them boys to get you. Oh man, you already know. Look, they probably already got a whole team waiting on us. They just waiting until we get bigger. They're like, nah. Let's upset them when they make it. Crypto Q said eliminate access to innovation by putting banks out of business. Seriously though, I mean that's the way we should do it. Let's see. That is right, Chappie. Thank you. Chappie said one buys Omni token, not gems. Gems are just used to purchasing the Omni tokens with sold via exchanges. That is actually correct. Talking about VB or whatever it's called. That's right. I will say though, you just gotta be careful, because if you give too many people new terms, you'll lose them in the sauce, which is why I know the difference usually, but I keep it rudimentary intentionally, if that makes sense. Rashad Perry said that sounds like fluff. They aren't going to help retail investors. You already know it. Hardick said difference between circulating supply and total supply. Bitcoin Zay?
So circulating supply is what's actually being used, what's in wallets, and then total supply is what will be mined or will be pushed out at a certain point based on their supply schedule. So
some could actually be burned as well, which would affect the total supply, but the circulating supply could still be high before those burns happen.
Yep. And also the circulating supply could be people who have it in wallets that don't move it, aka Doge. The circulating supply is trillions of Doge, and they're sitting in wallets that haven't moved in 5 years. So even though it's quote unquote circulating, they're just not being mined from the computer.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy about that too, people. Again, I think the majority of 65% of Doge is in like a very small amount of wallets. It's like a crazy low amount. So something to consider. Kevin Cummings said, imagine all the peeps on the continent who had no landlines and now have cell phone capabilities and the ability to invest. So that's what I mean. And of course, and this goes to the Slamp thing. So Slamp Alamo said, I call bullshit. I dropped out of high school in 9th and I still won't buy that shit. Hilarious. I mean, so it's not like a all in all, right? Jay-Z dropped out of high school, people, like, but by and large, on average, it doesn't work out for everyone. I mean, I used to say I wasn't going to go to college if I didn't play football. I was like, I'm good. Like at the 10th, 11th grade, I was like, I'm pretty good to go as far as what I want to do. Like, so trust me, I understand that. But also, I want to go back to this comment what Kevin Cummings said. This is my point. You have people who didn't don't have any formal schooling or training, right? And then all of a sudden they get dropped a cell phone for the first time. They never even had a landline. They just got iPhone. You have to remember that's the rate of speed technology is going. For those countries who never had wires, you didn't have to scroll on your phone, big gray phones. They literally skipped a generation of phones and went straight to a smartphone. So you have people with no high school education, no education, formal education, getting a smartphone and having the ability to trade overnight with $100 in their account. Like, where do you think that money going to? People, it's not going to crypto. It's not going to Bitcoin. It is going to whatever thing that costs less than 50 cents at the time. So that's all I meant by it. And again, I'm saying this because from a fundamental point of view, you have to look at it that way, because that is the only way to explain some of this trading behavior as I've seen it right now. Let's see. Cream Finance launches $1.5 million bug bounty to improve DeFi security. Woo! All right, Cream. Shout out to Cream Finance. What's going on over here, Bitcoin Zach?
Oh man, so decentralized lending protocol Cream Finance is backing another major effort to improve the security of decentralized finance. They're launching a $1.5 million bug bounty with blockchain bounty program platform ImmuneFi to strengthen Cream's protocol, API, and website security. This is very important because if you don't know, in 2020, we had no less than 17 major DeFi exploits and hacks that resulted in the loss of $154 million. So spending $1.5 million in order to put a bug bounty out, in order to try and find it before it happens, is actually the right thing to do. Unfortunately, some of these companies, they try to make the money first, and then they do bug bounties because they're like, well, we can get away with it, up to a certain point. And then they get hit with a hack, and then boom, all of a sudden they have to restructure. So I'm glad Cream Finance is doing that. For all the developers out there, bug bounties in the crypto market are probably your best bet as far as making money. If I was a full-time developer still, and I wanted to look into an industry where I could sit on my ass all day and just make as much money as I wanted, I would just do crypto bug bounties. Every DeFi project needs to have a bug bounty. It needs to be audited. And of course, with security vulnerabilities, when you scale up, there's always going to be more. So shout out to Cream Finance for taking the step to try and secure their protocol, and you put out a bug bounty. So, hey, if you're a developer, get to it.
There we go. And yeah, you're right. I mean, bug bounties could literally pay your salary all year, every year for the next 10 years, people. You're good to go off that. It's crazy. Jam Justin, great point. Mr. Burns and Nat Flanders. We got two Simpson references these days. Let's see. I got some great comments coming in. Smart contracts going on upscale entertainment. Jacob Lehman, I actually got one live. Welcome to the live stream, Jacob. I've been listening to you guys on Audible for a few days now. Just found you guys love your content. Thank you for joining. Audible I've been getting a lot of comments from the Audible app. I'm glad we started uploading to that. So good shout out to Audible. Like literally, we've been getting a lot of people from there as well. Let's see, Terry Young, what's going on? B1 chasing Bitcoin. BK take on bits. Is there a better alternative to Blockfolio? Looking for another way to track all my coins across exchanges. How do you guys keep track? So two different ways. You can do your own Excel sheet. People, don't be afraid to do your own Excel sheet. What coins you in, what dates you entered them, the price point you did it. I sometimes do my own Excel sheets when I'm doing that, like trading on steroids, staying up for 10, 15 days. I'm like, no, I'm just gonna use my own thing. CoinGecko used to be pretty decent. The only thing about them is I don't know what goes on with the interface, but if you have too many coins on your portfolio, it jacks up. So try to keep like, I think 6 or under. After you get like 10 or 20, it'll just mess up the interface. What else you have that you keep track with?
Delta is a good one. Probably the best looking as far as interface and use case. So Delta, but yeah, don't be afraid to whip out them old Excel sheets, people. It's simple math.
People don't say Excel. Listen.
Yeah, put your own calculations. You can track it the way you want. You can have your chart. You can see your portfolio. I mean, literally exactly how you want, pie chart wise. So don't be afraid of Excel.
Yeah, I still to this day actually use Excel in the notes. Like it's a combination of me writing stuff in the notes and then transferring over Excel. I mean, the only time I really like the things that interfaces like maybe Delta or for me CoinGecko I used to use a lot is because it does help when you're looking at a lot of charts. If you are doing TA and looking at charting, that is where CoinGecko really. I remember back in 2017. Hey, look, I can go on CoinGecko and pretty much guarantee myself to make 7 to 10% after a quick week if I wanted to, just off the way I was trading, the way I was looking at charts. So that is cool because on some of these apps, you can see like the 3-day charts. And for me, sometimes when you're doing short-term trading, again, if you have a token that's been just taking a dive for 2 to 3 days straight, for 48 hours, 72 hours straight, 20% the first day, 12% the next day, 6% the next day, it's shortening it up for a reason because that third or fourth day, that thing's about to come back 15, 20% going the opposite direction. So there you all have it. free trading advice right there because it's a slow news day.
Oh, yeah.
Walter Beasley, thank you for the tip. Love the content, brothers, for sure. Upscale Entertainment saying pay for pro with Delta. Okay. And also a lot of these questions you're asking about these different places, people, this is why we're starting to unroll some of these sponsored ads and stuff out. People are asking us, hey, can you send people to our exchange? We have a great exchange. Can you send people to our app to do this? And we're going to start sending you on that direction. We want you to have that feedback to say, hey, tell them this is terrible and get away, or they're actually doing a good job. Minho, what's going on? Minho Donahue, welcome back. Welcome back. Let's see. I saw one more great comment too. Someone was asking about Bitcoin dominance. There it is. Kiyama said, probably beginner question, been seeing the Bitcoin dominance steadily decrease. Why is that? What does it indicate about Bitcoin future? The trend, it continues. It's the same thing as I was saying about the education level. Seriously, like Bitcoin always decreases in these bull markets because everyone's thinking they found the next Bitcoin. So they want to buy that coin instead of putting their money into Bitcoin's market share. Did I miss anything Bitcoin say?
Not at all, because it's the ebb and flow of the Bitcoin dominance. When it starts getting to about 50, 55%, that's alt season usually. And that's when you see all the money flow in altcoins, dominance goes down. However, altcoins are meant to be traded. So when they flip and you start seeing everybody running out of alts, Bitcoin dominance shoots back up to 70, 80% usually. So nothing really to worry about, especially when you realize every single bull market, there's thousands of new coins. So there's even more dominance being taken away whenever alt season happens. But once it's over, the king comes back and dominance is just fine. So yeah,
king always comes back. That is
king
crazy.
always comes back. Nothing wrong. Nothing going on there. Nothing wrong.
What's going on, Chappie? Yeah, I was a safety and corner, Chappie. Ross Shu, thank you for that number. 65% of Dogecoin is in 20 wallets. You gotta laugh when you say it out loud.
Like, bro,
and I'm not even hating people. You all know I make money off the Doge pumps. I've been telling people about Doge pumps since I got into crypto, people. Like, so I'm not the hater on Doge, right? I'm just also being cognizant of what it is. And this is what I meant by education. It's like, no matter how you cut it, if you really was to look at that number and would say 65% in 20 wallets, there you have it. But whatever. Again, I'm not hating on it. It's all good. Last story. We didn't say this earlier, but I remembered to cover this because I saw it all over Facebook and the like yesterday. But we got to give a shout out to this person because they definitely support us, continue support over the years. But that is a shout out to the black, I'm about to say the name wrong right now, so I'm making sure I'm pulling up because I'm reading the article as well. Giving a shout out to Naja Roberts, owner of the Crypto Blockchain Plug down here in Inglewood, California. Shout out to Naja. Naja Roberts. About to bring out a cool story for those who already have heard about and met Naja. We need to have her on the show. We've actually been down to the Crypto Blockchain Plug, and in Inglewood is an actual brick and mortar store where you can do Bitcoin trading, buy all types of items. I think Bitcoin Zay's book down there, as well as she's one of the hosts on the Black Billionaires Club on Clubhouse, correct, Bitcoin Zay?
Yep, one of the top moderators, yep.
That's right. She's one of the top moderators. So again, that's Naja Roberts from the Bitcoin Blockchain Plug down in Inglewood, California. With her and actor Hill Harper have launched the Black Wall Street platform aimed at empowering investors of color. So there we go. The app goes live on June 1st and will offer a digital wallet for peer-to-peer payment and the ability to trade cryptocurrencies. And again, this is based off the Black Wall Street that was in Tulsa. Before, of course, the U.S. gang did what it does best. And the goal of this app is to give Black and Latino, like Latinx investors, a gateway into the digital transformation of investing and provide education on crypto. And they were featured yesterday on CNBC. You can see here the article that was launched on CNBC about a week or so ago. So they're on CNBC, and I know they're actually going to be on Fox Soul as well on Tammy Show. We were on the Tammy Mack Show a couple of times. So it looks like Tammy Mack's going to have them on the Fox Soul Show as well here soon. And that's Hill Harper and Naja Roberts from the Crypto Blockchain Plug. So shout out to them as well. She's been putting in work all the way through the bear market. They opened up in 2017, I believe, and they've been going strong through the bear market. a brick and mortar store through the bear market. So again, shout out to Naja Roberts.
And I want to shout out Hill Harper as well. You know, of course, when actors or athletes get into the space, you think, hey, do they really know what they're talking about? I can tell you right now, been having weekly meetings with Hill for like 4 months. He knows what he's doing, and the project is definitely on takeoff. He has a lot of good developers behind it. Met some of the guys from the team, so shout out to Hill Harper for pushing it forward. And he's the face sort of that we need out there. Somebody who's kind of already famous, people already know him, and he's actually deep into the game. He's not just surface level. What's a wallet? He really knows what he's talking about. So shout out to him and Naja, man, getting it going.
Hey, shout out. I'm glad you said something because I was just about to ask where he comes.
Oh, trust me. That's what I said. When people come out with stuff and they actors, and if they even talk to me or they haven't talked to you or Lamar, you know, some of these other people, a lot of times it's like, but if they have, you listen to them. They've been around for some years. Yeah, I said they've been around for some years now. Now in 2017, that was bull. Right.
That's all right. You know me. I was about to listen. I couldn't hold it in. I was gonna be like, I don't know how much you know. And I was like,
hey, trust me. Like I said, we talk every single week. And
hell, you better get him on the show, Bitcoin Zay.
Shit. Good luck get him.
Oh, really? Is that?
Maybe 10, 15
You want
minutes.
that wallet to take off, don't you? You want that wallet to get a good review. You're gonna come on this show. No. All right, shout out to Hill Harper and Naja Roberts again. Naja's been doing a great job. I don't know about Hill, but I know we can get Naja, so I'll reach out to Naja. See if she wants to come on the show and promote that as well. Other than that, that is the show for today. As always, thank you for the watch. Make sure you smash that like and share. Bitcoin Zay, you have anything else?
That's it for me. Happy hump day.
All right, we will see you all tomorrow with some more crypto news. Cheers, and then